here there be spoilers. Beware any you haven't read yet. Avast, ye viewers! Ge back afore ye be spiled of this book.
Evening, everyone. Graz here with the GKBC. And I am here to review for you. I kind of got mixed up in the last video, but that was my third book, not fifth, of my 12-12-12 challenge. So today I'm here to review book number 4, which is Hard Case Crime number 1, Lawrence Block, Grifter's Game. The eyes of God are upon you. This was originally published in 1964? 1961 as Mona. And then in 2003, there's the 4. 2004 for the Hard Case Crime. This cover was done by Chuck Pyle. And it is a homage to The Great Gatsby with those eyes. And the cover is great. Did he want her enough to kill for her? Dun dun dun. This is 205 pages, and it reads pretty fast. I really liked it. It has a 3.68 rating on Goodreads, and that is from 2,952 ratings and 271 reviews. I gave it an 8 out of 10, so that's like a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. So let's get through this. Obviously I start with dislikes here. I do likes and dislikes. And today I actually have a few other things. Like there's a really neat thing that I had to write down from one of the pages and some other things. So I only have one dislike from this here book. Only one. I don't know, maybe I just got caught up in it. I mean, it's my first hard case crime book. And I'm really a big fan of the noir aspect. I've always liked noir movies. And I'm really starting to enjoy the book type. So, and the only thing really that was my dislike was something that I guess in the 50s and 60s and stuff when these were based, I guess it was more accepted. It's kind of like that the period racism, you know. But in this one, it's very easy. The guy's claiming he's so in love with Mona, but it's so simple for him to just like slap her around, you know, and she just accepts it. That kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, you know. I mean, wow. So that's the only dislike, and it's kind of like, you know, it's the it's period bias, I guess you'd call it. So there you go. I guess the ending is kind of a gray area, but I put it in the likes. So let's talk about my likes. I love the language, the lingo, you know, the words. You know, he went to the can and you know, hobnob with the Richies and stuff like that. It's exactly what you would think from a gangster story, or a con man story, or anything like this from the 50s and 60s. It's really cool. The narrator, Joe Marlin, is the bad guy. I mean, he's the con man who's conning women. And then he's like deciding if he should murder this woman's husband and all of this. And and he's trying to like get away with murder, and then B, he wants the wife, and C, he wants the money. So he's definitely the bad guy, and it's really neat that we the reader is almost sympathetic to him just because he's the narrator. It's fascinating how that works. This Lawrence Block is a masterclass writer. I hope he comes up in this hard case series some more. Number 3, I was surprised, and as always, obey the pirate at the beginning, because spoilers. But I was really surprised when Joe actually goes through with it, when he actually shoots the guy. I mean, he empties the gun right into him too. It shocked me because he was such a schmuck that I was sure he was gonna mess it up somehow. Because he's, up until the time he shoots the old boy, he's just a con man. He's just used to like stealing money. Not really stealing, conning women into giving him money, and then he moves on to the next one. So I was shocked that he actually went through with it. And I only have 4 likes. It's interesting, this book. Maybe it's because it's so short. But the ending comes right out of nowhere. I mean, he tracks her, because I actually said that around page 100, which was about halfway through, I was already suspecting Mona of running a game on Joe to, get rid of her husband so that she could be rich. One of our cats is making a decision on whether he should jump to the top of the fridge or not.
Jack.
But so I kind of had a feeling that she was running the game on him, and she was, and she got away with it almost. And then Joe tracks her down, and he it's like the most what the heck just happened ending I think I've ever read. Because instead of just keeping her and marrying her and then being sure that, and then knowing that someday the knife was going to hit him or the bullet was going to hit him, he gets her addicted to heroin. Like, he's got her tied up and he's injecting it into her, and he gets her addicted to it, and he's like, okay, go ahead and leave. And she leaves, and she's back within a couple hours wanting her next shot. And I was like, what just happened to this story? I mean, this is so incredibly dark and so beautifully bleak. It's nuts. And then it's the very last little bit, it gets even bleaker. So, but the thing I wrote down is before he meets Mona and he's just like picking this girl up and conning her and having sex with her. This is the quote from the book, and this is fantastic. She made love with the freshness of an impatient virgin, and the ingenuity of a sex-scarred whore. It's like, that's quite the combination. Wow. So that's the type of writing you'll get in this thing. This is great. This was up there with my favorite books of the year already. And I know this is only number 4, and it's a long year, but I gave it an 8 out of 10, and I really like this style. So that was book number 4 of my 12-12-12 for January. Lawrence Block, Grifter's Game. Anybody else out there read Hard Case Crime? Have you read this book, Grifter's Game, or the original Mona? Or have you read any Lawrence Block? If so, tell me. Let's talk about them. Because I mean, I think there's a lot to talk about for here. I mean, there's something in here for everybody, and there's, maybe you might not like some of the things in here. And the back has a quote from Stephen King, the one writer of mystery and detective fiction who comes close to replacing the irreplaceable John D. MacDonald. So that's pretty cool. So that's Grifter's game, or Mona. Did he want her enough to kill for her? So I will see you next time with book number 5. And until then, keep on flipping those pages. She